You are about to watch a short film from the International Civil Aviation Organization on security culture. The film contains important messages, including security is everyone's responsibility. On any given day, when you're working in civil aviation in any capacity, you'll have all kinds of things to remember. But there's one thing you can't afford to forget: that your workplace is a potential target for those seeking to do us harm. Take an airport, for example. It's a high-profile location with a large commercial value and potentially crowded spaces. To disrupt that would make a big impact. And that's exactly what makes civil aviation an attractive target to terrorists and others who wish to do it harm. It's why security is so important. Simply put, this is why ICAO, states, and airports all around the world have implemented aviation security programs, regulations, and procedures to protect everyone and everything within civil aviation. There's something else you need to remember too: that security isn't just the responsibility of those who implement security controls. It's everyone's responsibility, and your contribution is vital. To a terrorist, targeting civil aviation can be their best chance of causing mass casualties with a single incident. And with many passengers carrying large items of luggage with them, it's also an environment where firearms, explosives, or other weapons can be concealed. But terrorists aren't the only group who pose a danger to us. The threat could come from protesters looking to publicize their agenda through criminal means, or from criminals targeting our aircraft, airport, and installations by force or through cyber attack. It could even come from insiders, someone within the organization, such as full or part-time employees, former colleagues, or contractors. Any one of these groups could pose a very real danger to us. To prevent an attack from happening, and to keep you, your colleagues, our customers, and our business safe, takes a strong and effective security culture. A security culture is defined by ICAO as a set of security-related norms, values, attitudes, and assumptions that are inherent in the daily operation of an organization. If an organization has built a robust security culture and embedded security into their DNA, you can see it in the actions and behaviors of everyone who works there. Security has become a day-to-day habit because everyone, from the top down, is taking responsibility for security issues. They're more likely to follow all security policies and procedures, more aware of possible threats, and are more likely to think and act in a security-conscious manner. Consider this: we always follow safety procedures because we know what can happen if we don't. For example, we know the potential consequences of walking out onto a runway, so we don't do it. And we know what could happen if we don't wear the proper protective clothing in areas where it's required, so we always wear them there, without really thinking about it. In the same way, security procedures should be part of our day-to-day habits, because they're there for the same reason: to keep us safe. You know that access to some areas is controlled, so don't hold the door open for people, or allow people to tailgate. You know that your pass needs to be visible, so show it. If everyone does that, it makes it more difficult for anyone without a pass to hide the fact. The more we all follow the security procedures, the stronger our security culture becomes, and the more safe and secure the airport environment will be. One of the very best security measures we have is you. Because of where you work and your experience of working there, you have a unique awareness. You know your surroundings and how people tend to behave in them. It means you're most likely to notice when something unusual or suspicious happens. It could be something very small, something which everyone else wouldn't spot, but which could be dangerous. Stay alert and vigilant. If you instinctively feel something is out of the ordinary, do something about it and report it. Trust your instincts. Because if you don't, who will? People are our best resource. The vast majority of those working in aviation are decent and hard-working. But there is still a risk arising from colleagues, either intentionally or unintentionally, to conduct or facilitate an act of unlawful interference through use of their authorised access. It's called the insider threat, and it could even come from you. Remember, you've had security awareness training that others have not and can access areas that others cannot. People may want the information you have and try to trick you into giving it to them. If that happens, whether you mean to or not, the consequences could be disastrous. The best protection we have is our adherence to security policy and procedures. Don't discuss security matters in public areas or with people who don't have the need to know, and be wary of anyone asking for such details. Don't use social media to discuss security procedures, and keep your IT equipment, passwords, PINs, keys, IDs, and uniforms secure at all times. If you notice any changes in your colleagues' behaviour, or if you notice something they've done that doesn't feel normal to you, report it to your supervisor or manager so that they can look into the matter. There could be a perfectly legitimate reason for a change in someone's behaviour, but it also might indicate an insider risk. If you spot something, trust your instincts and say something. You don't have to be sure. If something simply doesn't feel right to you, report it. Whether it's the way someone's acting or something that feels out of place, you should feel confident enough to report it using local reporting procedures. Because in a good security culture, one which is actively facilitated by leadership, colleagues are encouraged to report unusual activity and suspicious behaviours and treated fairly when they do. Security is everyone's responsibility, because it only takes a moment, just one person not following security procedures, for a security breach to occur. So stay alert, follow workplace security policies, instructions, and training, and together help build a strong security culture. The more security is embedded in everything we do, the more secure we will all be. For more information and guidance on security culture, please visit the ICAO Security Culture website.